happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. So we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, guys, definitely gonna want to see this one, as we got that Fox News The 5 host Jessica Tarlov back at it again, guys. She is tiptoeing, dancing on that fine line, getting booted off the network, off this show in this newest update, guys. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Greg, obviously you are from California. Gavin Newsom has had a lot of time to fix these things, but he doesn't want to because they're not sexy. You know, as you pointed out in the past, he's much more interested in virtue signaling and talking about things that feel good and make him seem like a good person, as opposed to tackling the things that he's not going to get a lot of credit for, that take a lot more work, but will help the long-term health of the state should he resign.
Excellent question. You know, I find that these strongest anti-communists were once communists. You know, the most persuasive Republicans are usually an ex-Democrat that was burned by their policies. Look at the trans movement. The most persuasive voices on against child mutilation are the detransitioners. You look at the most interesting Republicans we have now, they're basically canceled Democrats: Elon Musk, RFK Jr., Tulsi. So the most powerful agent for change is the person burned by their own beliefs. And I think you're going to see that. I was just thinking, too, the reaction to the fires in LA kind of mirrored the reaction to crime in New York. It's where the public suddenly realizes that there's no help coming. There's no help coming. And we sit there and we talked about crime for years and nobody listened. We have a governor who went on the subway and said how safe it is. And days later, a woman was set on fire. Ironically, it took a woman in flames to get people to realize that platitudes won't save you. And it's doing that right here. Lastly, it's weird. I was just thinking about this, that, you know, so many people are homeless. There's like thousands of homeless people. I don't think any of them are going to be sleeping on the streets.
Greg Gutfeld driving that point home. I mean, these folks are getting the wake-up call of their lives right now, seeing that the folks that they elected to put in charge are not overseeing things that really matter in California. Definitely seeing the same thing over in New York, exactly why we've seen a completely blue state turn red wave, because of the way they felt neglected. They felt, you know, unheard. They felt ignored, and a lot of folks that were affected by, you know, natural disasters, you know, hurricanes, they seen that they were being neglected. FEMA funds weren't there. No one showed up. They start turning their back on these folks that they once supported, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here.
Just think about why not? What's the difference?
Well, the money is allocated towards something that hasn't gotten better. It has only gotten worse.
No, I'm just saying there are people who are homeless that aren't going to be on the streets. So why are the homeless on the streets? You know what I mean? It's like, we think like they don't have, there's something about the lifestyle. If you have a network of people around you, if you haven't cut yourself off from the world, you will find a place.
So people are angry. The anger has to go somewhere. Why shouldn't it go to the governor?
It should. And I think that he feels okay about it. I mean, he wasn't trying to turn his back on her and push her off on a staffer. I think that Gavin Newsom, especially in the post-French Laundry world, understands that you need to do constituent relations better, and you need to be a public face for it. And I haven't seen him cowering from this. I think it's—
Oh my goodness. Seriously, I did not miss this, guys. Jessica Tarlov trying to defend Gavin Newsom. I mean, it's just sad. She should really give it up at this point. Like, listen to her.
Better, and you need to be a public face for it. And I haven't seen him cowering from this. I think that's
the only thing he does. I think he's a public face, and I think he's really good at optics. But when he says things like, "We're going to leave the water up to the local folks," it's a state issue. It's not just a local issue. And
I think he was trying. It was a longer conversation than just that soundbite, obviously. And I'm not here to say that everything has gone perfectly. Obviously not. It's going to be $52 billion probably to repair this. You know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands displaced. I hope that it's only 5 who have passed away, but we don't know. But
And that right there, only 5. That the verbiage, the way that Jessica Tarlov talks, it just shows you guys she does not care about folks, about humanity. I mean, why would you ever minimize the passing of anybody? And for her to say only 5 and just brush it off and say that's a good thing, I don't know. Anyone passing to me in my heart, that's a terrible thing. That's a tragedy, you know. And for her to go and minimize that, it really does show you the character of Jessica Tarlov.
Probably to repair this, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands displaced. I hope that it's only 5 who have passed away, but we don't know. And it's not because I'm a Pollyanna or I can't take it. I just don't see why it's worthwhile for President-elect Trump to be calling him Gavin Newsom, or to say, like, you should resign right now. Like, if Barack Obama had shown up in New Jersey after Sandy and
here they go. This is what the legacy media, these, left-wing lunatics are going to do. They're back at it again. They're tit for tat, and they're mad at or hung up on the fact that Donald Trump he's a straight shooter. He's going to call it exactly how it is. And if he feels like you're acting like a scum, he's going to call you Gavin Newsom. You know what I mean? He's going to give you a nickname, say, hey, you need to step it up. We've seen that with, what was her name? I ain't even gonna get on that, guys, but I'm just saying Donald Trump is not going to beat around the bush, and they're going to keep him. Get ready, guys. This is going to be 4 years of them hung up on the name calling.
Barack Obama had shown up in New Jersey after Sandy and said, like, hey, Chris, you could lose a few pounds or something like that, or gone down to Florida and said to DeSantis, like, those lifts are doing a lot of work down there, right? How tall are you really? Like, why?
I don't think he's.
Yeah, he is. He's making fun. Greasy Gavin Newsom.
But Jessica,
he's making
that's
fun
the
of
issue
him.
with you guys.
No, it's
You're
not.
so obsessed with talk.
I'm not.
Come on.
Not
Come
action.
on.
I have action.
Come on
things
now.
to say.
Thank you. That point right there. At least this guy is getting something done. He's pointing and calling these folks out instead of letting them slide into the shadows and point and say this is the local authorities that need to be responding. He doesn't let these folks wiggle out of their responsibility. He holds them accountable. Unlike this current administration, what we've seen the last 4 years, there's been so many cover-ups and blame shifts that we never know who to truly blame behind things that are happening. At least we get some accountability.
Issue with you guys.
No, it's
You're
not.
so obsessed with talk.
I'm not.
And not action.
I have action things to say on top of that. I'm making a
Well,
point
then say
about,
them, Jessica, because no one
well,
cares
stop talking
about
so I can.
name calling. All right?
Actually, some people do.
No,
and
no one cares what he calls them, Jessica. The state is on fire.
Exactly.
On fire. And you're out here saying they have water.
No.
They don't have water.
They don't have no water.
Were full. There was a pressure problem. Either way,
Jessica, there's a pressure problem because their tank was empty.
The governor
all right?
of California should not have to put a fact check up on his site that says Trump is conflating 2 entirely unrelated things: the conveyance of water to South California and supply from local storage. No such document as, quote, water restoration declaration exists. It's pure fiction. Why can't President-elect Trump take the mandate that he got, right? A lot of left-leaning people voted for him and show up and just say,
I know we're.
This is somehow Donald Trump. It's always Donald Trump's fault, so it's Trump's fault right now. They're on fire. You know what I mean? They can't put the fires. It never fails to amaze me, the things that are going on, the current administration. We've got a sitting president, we've got a VP, and then they go and somehow natural disasters get pivoted and pushed on to Donald Trump, saying it's his fault, his big mouth. If he would have if he'd have been quiet, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, like, you really can't make this kind of stuff up with these folks.
The mandate that he got, right? A lot of left-leaning people voted for him and show up and just say,
I know we're in the middle of Jesse on Jesse action, but let's hear from Jesse Water.
I was loving that action.
Dang.
I mean, I have press releases from the state, from the DOJ. California sues Trump administration to block water rules. Attorney General Becerra files lawsuit against Trump administration.
Look at Jessica, guys. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys can see it, but she is literally looking at Jesse's notes because egg on her face, guys. Egg on her face. She goes, she gaslights, she puts out these false narrative, all these lies. The Jesse Water comes out black and white. It's all right here on the paper. Flicks the paper twice. Jessica's like, let me see your paper. Let me see your notes. Because she knows he's got the truth right there in front of him. She doesn't want to believe it. Look at her.
Block water rules. Attorney General Becerra files lawsuit against Trump administration. They're trying to send water from the north to the south. And they're suing them to stop it because of fish that no one eats, Jessica. That's all we're saying. That's what we're saying. We're saying that the guy can't run the state, and he's sitting there with his hands in his pockets. And you're bringing up the homeless. There's a good chance the homeless started this fire. Did you know that 54% of the fires that the LA Fire Department respond to were started by the homeless? And we're spending more money on the homeless than we are on stopping these fires, Jessica. This guy is a bad executive, and he wants to run for president, and he's got no army behind him. Bezos is gone. Bezos is in Mar-a-Lago. Zuckerberg's at Mar-a-Lago. Who's going to stand with Newsom while everything's burnt to a crisp? Nobody.
Not his wealthy billionaire donors who used to have homes. They're certainly not going to stand with him and bankroll his presidential run. I think this hurts his legacy, and I don't think he rebounds from this.
Jessica,
and I hope he doesn't.
Whoever smelt it, dealt it.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Jessica Tarlov showing us once again that she is unable to criticize Democrats. I mean, she's going up the bat defending Gavin Newsom. We're seeing that he's literally sitting there. He's definitely got his hands in his pocket, twiddling his thumbs while his state is, straight flames. It makes no sense to me how she can go up the bat for that and then come after Donald Trump for as little as some words. All I'm going to say is they better buckle up if this is what they're going to be hung up on, because this is just the beginning of 4 years, 4 sweet years. Donald Trump is not going to allow these bad actors, folks that are not doing their job, to slip through the cracks or hide in the shadows and let someone else take the blame. It's going to be straight up. You're going to get called out on all your bull, no matter what. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying, guys. Everyone is going to get called out no matter which side you're on. He does not care. If you're not doing your job that you were appointed to do, you deserve to be called out. And that's the least that you can do for the American people, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.